Well, that's a good question, thank you. With the Soviet Union's government dismantled, we can now share the benefits of the free market with those who have been excluded. The Allied occupation forces are only there to ease this transition. I mean, there has been rumors of a possible resistance, but so far, I'm glad to say, we haven't seen anything of the sort. The Russian people have welcomed us with open arms. They've denounced their former leaders and have embraced liberty and opportunity.
Commander, these are dark times, are they not? We are very grateful that you have joined our cause. The people need leadership if they are to rise against the Allied oppressors. Our resistance movement is well underway, but we have a problem. Our scientists who are instrumental to our new weapons development have mysteriously gone missing. Our scouts have discovered suspicious research facility protected by Allied forces. We must search there for any clues regarding the whereabouts of our scientists. You'll be granted only a small force. It is all we can spare. Find out as much as you can, comrade. Udachi. Commander, several recon teams are stationed around the area. Hopefully their combined reports will shed some light on what the Allies are trying to accomplish here.
Several Soviet scientists have been kidnapped and put to work by the Allies on their experiments. Find and rescue them.
Full strength!
I'm free! Thank you, comrade.
What have I got to lose?
Oh, thank goodness! I was beginning to think I would never be rescued.
This thing worked.
Satellite reports indicate several large vehicles are closing in on your position. Do not engage the enemy. You need to get those scientists to safety. Go!
They should be more green. They look too happy.
This is some sort of experimental Allied artillery. Be careful. This base isn't being run by the Allies. It's being run by the Futuretech Corporation. What could Futuretech want here?
I'm going.
Is it safe?
Mission accomplished.
Today, the world's largest technology firm, Futuretech, again made headlines when hundreds of activists protested outside their corporate headquarters. Futuretech spokesperson Kelly Weaver responded to the rising public concern over her firm's latest project, the Sigma Harmonizer.
Protesters spoke out against the chronosphere when that was in development as well. It's normal for there to be some fear and skepticism when it comes to change. But I can assure you that public safety is our #1 priority at Futuretech.
More worries were raised when EU President Rupert Thornley recently approved a $1 trillion contract with Futuretech. There's grave public concern regarding the apparent lack of government oversight.
Futuretech's advances have improved our lives and brought us unmatched prosperity. I mean, if not for their technology, we wouldn't be where we are today, would we? I mean, if we can't trust Futuretech, who can we trust?
I can't believe this. Futuretech has full support from the Allies, even though they have been kidnapping our scientists for their own devices. We have located another secret research facility. This time they had the audacity to locate it in Mother Russia herself. Protect our people and put an end to whatever they are doing there. До свидания. We know the Futuretech facility is across the river, but that's the extent of our intelligence. You'll need to get a closer look. Avoid patrols as you make your way to the marker. They're up to no good. I can feel it.
Moving.
Enemy base detected.
Yes, sir.
Enemy units detected.
Those filthy animals! Experimenting on civilians. That's it. I'm sending in Kirovs. We will reduce that place to rubble.
Stand down, Commander. Kirov airships are on their way in to level the area. Our ally is under attack. Caution. Kirov air fleet under attack by unknown forces.
They're shooting down our Kirovs. Fall back, Commander. Fall back to the village and I'll send reinforcements. Futuretech must be stopped.
Dispatching reinforcements as soon as possible. You must hold and defend your position until the reinforcements arrive. Enemy units detected.
We'll take care of them.
Reinforcements have arrived. Use them to recover the old base, then level the Futuretech facilities here. Objective complete.
You have reinforcements and the means to build up a base. Launch a counterattack, Commander, and destroy their operations here.
Your actions violate the terms of your country's surrender. Futuretech is in full cooperation with the Allied Occupation Authority. I am authorizing the use of reinforcements to protect all Futuretech facilities. Put down your arms, Commander. This battle is over.
Ready all weapons.
Units lost. All the Futuretech facilities in the area have been destroyed. Well done, Commander.
There are reports of an attack on a remote Futuretech research facility in northern Russia. Local citizens apparently had no idea that such a facility was even located there.
Mr. President, what sort of research was Futuretech working on in such a remote part of Russia?
Well, first, may I just reassure people. Our first concern right now is finding the terrorist who perpetrated this cowardly attack. Now, I have full confidence that Futuretech is dedicated to making our world a better place. But, of course, they're employees. They can't be expected to build us a better future if they're working in fear of their very lives. Now, excuse me, we're late. Thank you.
It looks like our Cold War is heating up. Our agents have traced the source of Thornley's reinforcements from your mission in Siberia. The troops came from a military base located a half a world away in the Yucatan. The Allied command doesn't even know about this base. If they're not about to stop Futuretech, then we will. Whatever this group is building will surely be used to keep the Soviet people under their boot heel. Go to the Yucatan and destroy these forces which are protecting Futuretech. This tropical paradise has a large Futuretech and Allied presence. Advance cautiously.
A unit is under attack.
You really are a pest, aren't you? Don't you understand that when the Sigma Harmonizer becomes fully operational, your little struggle here won't mean bupkis?
It appears that Futuretech is trying to harness the ability to stop time. Or at least stop time for some objects, if not others. It's all very complicated, but apparently this technology is the basis for the Sigma Harmonizer.
Objective complete.
Allied troops have been deployed to protect Futuretech's controversial new Sigma Harmonizer. It's scheduled to go online in the next few days, despite rising concerns as to its true purpose.
Futuretech may have fooled the rest of the world into letting them build this machine, but we know the truth. With this new device, that deceitful President Thornley could debilitate the Soviet Union forever. We cannot let this Sigma Harmonizer go online. You must stop them, or our future will be extinguished. This is it. The location of the Sigma Harmonizer. Futuretech has a massive base covering the island. Before you can launch an attack, you will need to set up a base of your own. Be careful. As of now, they aren't aware of your presence. We have intel suggesting that Futuretech has assembly plants in operation, perhaps producing another advanced unit. You must destroy these assembly plants, but tread lightly. We don't want to alert them.
You better hurry, Commander, or else I'm going to push the button and freeze your forces like a photograph. And then I'll come after you.
I'm ready if you're...
Caution, the Sigma Harmonizer has been activated. None of our forces are responding. Battlefield control terminating. Re-establishing battlefield control. Futuretech is unable to sustain the effects of the Sigma Harmonizer for long. However, they are preparing to use it again.
Lots of ammo!
There it is, Commander. The Sigma Harmonizer. You'll need to destroy it before President Thornley has it completely operational.
No! What have you done, you idiot? I could have created heaven on earth here. Now! I have nothing.
I can assure you that Futuretech's board of directors knew nothing of Thornley's personal involvement in the Harmonizer project. And to make sure nothing like this ever happens again, we're putting in place additional security protocols. Futuretech is committed to prosperity and the public good, and we look forward to providing the world with a better tomorrow.
The Allied leaders have called to thank us for putting down this maniac Thornley. In fact, as we speak, they're pulling their forces from our territory so that they may increase security within their own. We have gained their trust, comrade. And now we will begin again to rebuild the glorious Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. The people thank you, Commander.
Welcome back, Commander. You're looking very fit and rested. I hope you're ready, because we have some important work ahead of us. Our occupation force in Japan has intercepted some disturbing news. Instability is mounting in various provinces there, threatening everything that we achieved in our victory. Their leader, Tatsu, has been cooperative with our post-war arrangements, but the problem lies with their provincial shoguns. These warlords are raising armies against Tatsu and our occupation. The plot seems to be spearheaded by Shinzo Nagama. His loyalties lie fiercely with the late emperor, and he refuses to bow to any other. We'll need to send in our own forces to put this uprising to rest. You'll be working directly with Tatsu on this. Please try to show him the proper respect, sir, as he's working with us now. Good luck, Commander.
Commander, I'm told you're the best field officer the Allies have. I hope so, because we need to move quickly. Shinzo has many loyal followers, and his numbers are growing steadily. He has always resented my authority and my progressive ways. He's too old and stubborn to understand that the world has changed. But that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He is a master warrior, and quite deadly. You'll find him in the Iga province, home of the Nagama clan. Do not let his stubbornness be the cause of our destruction.
With the aid of Tatsu, we are deploying forces to the Iga province, the ancestral homeland of the Nagama family. Harbinger gunships en route to your location. These gunships can lay down heavy suppressive fire over an area and are armed with a variety of powerful weapons. Use them with care.
These lands have been under my ancestors' protection for 1,000 years. And now you challenge that legacy.
Watch him scatter. I'll take that one.
A unit is under attack. Objective complete. Shinzo must be subdued using our cryo technology for safe transport to our military detention center.
What is this trickery? You dishonor yourself by using such sorcery.
This one looks chilled, just like in the lab.
A unit is under attack. Objective complete.
Your dishonor knows no bounds. You capture me with tricks and magic?
You haven't lost your touch, Commander. Shinzo's armies have sworn allegiance to Tatsu, so now that area is secured. However, there are still other shogunate leaders who are yet willing to back down. Despite Shinzo's defeat, the warlord Kenji in Osaka continues to marshal his forces. Tatsu will give you the particulars on your assignment. Do be careful, sir.
Kenji has always been arrogant, but I never thought he would go this far and betray me. He might prove to be even a greater challenge than Shinzo, as he is a man who has embraced the modern ways of warfare. He will use the latest technology to protect his position. It's a heavily defended high-tech fortress outside of Osaka. Do not underestimate him. Kenji may seem brash and arrogant, but make no mistake, he is lethal.
It looks like Kenji knew you were coming. He set up quite the defensive perimeter. You'll need to breach this perimeter before focusing attacks on his main base.
Kenji puts his faith in the latest weapons and defense technology. His fortress is protected by a series of nanoswarm hive generators. You'll have to find a way to infiltrate and destroy them.
Do you really believe you can get past my defenses? Very bold, but very foolish.
Objective complete.
What? You couldn't have penetrated my nanoshield, could you?
With the nanoswarm barriers down, we have an opportunity to marshal more forces. Establish a base before Kenji's loyalists can regain their footing.
Green light, fellas. Well, let's check it out then. Green light, fellas.
Unit lost.
Did you think you've won? You don't even understand what you've done, do you?
Prepare to close in on Kenji's location. Priority overridden. Caution. We detect that one of our own tech inhibitors has been activated and is being used against us. The tech inhibitor prevents us from capturing Kenji. You'll need to use infantry forces to destroy it.
How about some action? I'm there.
There's a cold spot coming in.
Where's the party?
Real good.
Objective complete. Tech inhibitor destroyed. Chronosphere network connection re-established. Preparing to use the chronosphere on Kenji's location.
Tatsu! How can you do this to me?
Warlord Kenji has been subdued and will be transported to our detention center in the vicinity.
Good job, Commander. Thanks to your brilliance on the battlefield, the rebellion is very close to being contained. There is only one shogun who is left to surrender. Takara is planning a full-scale assault upon the throne. She needs to be stopped, sir. I know your men are tired and your equipment has been pushed to the limit, but this is our last chance to prevent this region from falling into chaos. Tatsu will brief you on the specifics. Good luck.
Commander, Takara inspires great loyalty in her men, but she cares nothing for the Empire. She has already turned her people against me. If we let this corruption spread, everything that my father stood for will crumble. Her samurai will die to protect her. Let them have that honor. Show no mercy, Commander. Kill them all. This land is controlled by Takara. She is young, but she has fought many battles. She has likely heard about the defeat of Shinzo and Kenji, so be on your guard. She may have laid traps for you.
You better move fast. I'm not waiting for anybody.
A unit is under attack.
Here. Green light, fellas. Green light, fellas. Fine by me.
Great. Thanks a lot. Now I'll have to change all my plans.
The Empire is in your debt, Commander. For you have finally cleared the way for the crowning of a new Emperor. Emperor Tatsu. Now I will use the forces you captured from these warlords and expel you and the rest of the allies from Japan. Once again, we will be the true Empire of Destiny.
I'm sorry, Commander. We should have had better intel on what Tatsu was up to. Once again, you're in the thick of it. You're going to have to stop him before this situation gets out of hand.
Objective complete.
No! My father's legacy. Japan's destiny. Everything was in place.
I'm glad to see you in one piece, sir. Tatsu caught us completely off guard. We should have suspected he was up to something. If he had succeeded, he could have resurrected the Empire's full military might. The only reason he didn't was because of your efforts. The world owes you a great debt. Thank you, Commander.
Ah, Commander. It's good to see that there is still loyalty for my father's legacy. The Allies occupy our lands and believe that our war machine is dormant. But they do not realize how deeply we honor our traditions. As one of the last samurai standing, the Empire needs your sword. The Soviets are taking advantage of our defeat and making a play for Empire territory. Under the very noses of the Allies, they are attacking Sakhalin Island. Commander Kenji is doing his best, but he cannot hold out for much longer. You must come to his aid and beat back the Soviet advance.
Ah, you're here to help me. Good. We don't have much time. Move into position so you can be transported behind the enemy.
Good morning, sir. I'm Director Giles from the Office of Occupational Forces. I know you're in a bit of a tight spot there, but we can't help you right now, unfortunately. We're in a bit of a bind ourselves over here. Sorry.
I concur.
There's something fishy about that one vehicle there, but I can't put my finger on it. Reinforcements en route for drop-off.
You follow instructions well. Now head out and capture that Soviet base to the west.
Commander, the Soviets have a VIP bunker located in a small base to the west. Capture that bunker to bring the base under your control.
It's time.
I am your engineer for today.
Enemy building captured. New construction options.
What do we have here?
Objective complete.
Excellent work, Commander. But the Soviets are still threatening our borders. Now these arrogant Gaijin are preparing to take Oki Island so they can turn it into a naval base. Oki is not just any ordinary island. It's the sacred resting place of my father's remains. The Allies have an occupation force, which is supposed to be maintaining order. But the spineless cowards are hoping they can just ignore this threat. So we'll have to take matters into our own hands. Do not let the Soviet barbarians dishonor my father and desecrate his final resting place. cannot lose this location to the Soviets. The memory of my father and the honor of our empire depends upon it. The attack is impending, and yet the Allies here are refusing to help us. We're not going to ask again for their help. We're going to take it. Capture some of the Allied units to help defend the islands until reinforcements arrive.
I'm sure the Allies won't miss one more IFV gone from
I understand. Objective complete.
Nothing to worry about.
Now that you have acquired the Allies' field artillery vehicles, position them along the coast at the designated points.
Everyone ready?
Excuse me. It seems we're missing a few vehicles from our base. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Set to deploy. We'll put them to rest.
What? What is this? You little vermin, huh? I will enjoy shutting you down quickly.
New objective received.
It's an ambush! The Soviets are incoming! Defend the Emperor's tomb! Still running.
Unit lost.
How dare they! I'm
Our
going.
base is under attack.
You know I'm going to crush you with my boot heel soon enough. Please, accept defeat before my anger takes control of me.
Objective complete.
Got him marked. On our scanners.
A unit is under attack.
This time you win. I suggest you do not celebrate quite yet. For I promise you, Moskvin will be back.
Commander, you have honored my family with your victory at Oki Island. But now it is time to take the fight to the aggressors. We must make Moskvin and Oleg regret that they ever stood up against the rising sun. Attack Vladivostok and erase every trace of the Soviet presence. Once this is done, the Pacific will be ours, and our control over these waters will be as it was before the war. Bring them to their knees, Commander. Make them pay for their impudence. Time to end the enemy threat. This is the Soviet base responsible for these attacks. Clear the nearby outpost and establish a foothold.
Construction complete.
What is this? You think you can defeat me with such a puny force? This will be easier than my fight with my wife last night.
I am granting you our newest, most powerful weapon, the Giga Fortress. Show no mercy, Commander, but they have shown us none.
Our ally is under attack.
You again? You make me so furious, I want to commit a war crime.
I agree. Enabling fire sequence. This is a nice view.
I don't know what happened. Oleg is surely to blame for this.
It was Commander Moskvin who let this happen. You win today. But don't think for a second that this means your lands are safe.
Well done, Commander. Recapturing Vladivostok was an essential part of my plan to bring the Empire back to its full power and glory. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thanks to you, we are one step closer to our ultimate destiny.
Tonight, for our special report, Brenda Snow is here with an exclusive on the powerful and elusive Yuriko Omega. Brenda?
Thanks, Ted. By now, you may have heard the stories of Yuriko Omega, the mysterious Japanese girl with the terrifying psionic powers. During the war, Allied soldiers claimed that she decimated entire combat battalions using only her mind. Who is this young girl? Where did she come from? And how did she develop these fearsome and fantastic abilities? Yuriko's history is somewhat murky. Some sources say that her real name is Yuriko Matsui, and that Omega is simply a code name used by the military. According to these same sources, she was born in the small coastal town of Tanabe and exhibited paranormal powers from the time she was very young. There are indications that she was scorned by her schoolmates because of her unique abilities. When the government learned of these talents, she was taken away to the Shiro Psychic Research Center run by this man, Dr. Shinji Shimada. He's widely known for his advances in the area of psionic research. What did the scientists at the Shiro Research Center do to this confused, lonely little girl? We may never know exactly, but whatever it was, she was never the same again.
Yuriko, wake up. You must break free of this place. I am Izumi, your sister. You must listen to me. You can be more powerful than you can imagine, Yuriko. Use your powers and develop them, and more powers will come. Discover yourself. Find all the secret files.
She's broken out of the cell!
I should use my psychokinetic burst. Once I mastered the psychic domination talent, everyone in this facility started being much nicer to me.
Their minds are weak. You can lure them over to fight for you. Yes! Now they will be your cover.
I see you've been snooping in the computers. Clever girl, Yuriko. I am Dr. Shimada. You must not leave yet. It is too dangerous.
This is test data from my psionic shield training. If they didn't expect I could reflect live ammunition back at them, they shouldn't have shot at me.
You can now shield yourself. It will reflect their weapons back at them.
They trained me to move heavy objects with my mind. There are dozens of accident reports blamed on my so-called psionic slam.
You can slam enemies and objects. Tear this place apart.
First I lift them, then I throw them.
You're more than they can handle now. Find your way out. Find your way to freedom.
Please don't do this. We're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help you.
We've got you. Don't struggle. We have you surrounded. On order of the Emperor, you are under arrest.
I'm sorry, Yuriko. It was the only way. Why did you have to turn against me? There was nothing else I could do.
Welcome back to our special report on Yuriko Omega. During the war, Yuriko was used by the Empire's military machine. Her psionic powers made her one of the most dangerous weapons in the Empire's arsenal. Her reign of terror ended when the Allied forces invaded Tokyo. Yuriko was found unconscious under the rubble of the Imperial Palace and taken into custody. Transported back to the West, she was kept in complete isolation in a high-security compound deep in the jungles of Guam.
He did this to you, Yuriko. Dr. Shimada turned you into this. Because of him, you will always be hunted. Always. It is time to wake up, Yuriko. You can't let Dr. Shimada get away with this, Yuriko. You must break free and return. Return to punish him.
They kept me here like an animal. I'll just have to bring this whole place to the ground. I've destroyed everything of value here. I should get to the port. Those aircraft carriers are the last thing standing between me and Shimada.
Yuriko, what Dr. Shimada did to you, he did the same to me. Help free me, Yuriko. Help me.
I'm finished here. It's time I return to the Empire of the Rising Sun. I've got a score to settle.
Allied military officials still refuse to comment on the disastrous events which followed Yuriko's detainment. We do know this, though. Yuriko Omega was nowhere to be found, and is now assumed to be on the run. Where could she go? If the military knows, they aren't saying. One thing is certain, however. Sometime, somewhere, she will reveal herself. And when she does, hundreds, thousands, possibly millions, will be in very grave danger.
So, do they think she's trying to get back to Japan?
No one knows, Ted. Since her escape, there's been no sign of her whatsoever.
Well, thank you for that, Brenda. Fascinating. Now we go to Molly McFarland, who's at Sunshine Mall covering the grand opening of a brand new putt-putt golf course.
Izumi, I'm coming!
She's back! Warrior, swarm her!
Good. More fools for the slaughter.
Yuriko, locate the elevator down to Shimada's private lab.
Yuriko! You shouldn't have come back. Now I have to stop you. You have no idea what you've done. I created both of you. You are one and the same. You both crave power. When I am gone, there will be no one to protect you anymore.
Get me out of here, Yuriko.
Attention Imperial troops! You are fully authorized to kill Yuriko!
Shimada, I'll kill you and bring down this entire facility.
I'm free. I'm finally free. Oh, thank you. My powers, they are returning. And now for you. You weren't always the most powerful one. Before Shimada imprisoned me, before he tried to control me, I was the strongest. And I will be again.
After all I've done for you!
You freed me. Now allow me to release you.
What do I do now?